sports. It's in the game.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports.
Here's the former Cornhusker Brett Maher to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Fielded about a yard deep. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And they will be led out by their 6'4 quarterback.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
Now this one complete on the slant route, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. A carry for a Cowboy legend. How strange is this? It's Emmitt Smith. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Emmitt Smith, 54 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Doug Peterson says, let's go for 2 here.
Check, crunch, crunch, crunch.
Here's Cunningham from the gun. That's caught. And it's very quickly 8-0. Opening drive touchdown, and 2-point conversion.
Amazing nowadays for the kickers. I've actually talked with a few of them. They're more concerned about the point after touchdown than actually missing regular field goals. So maybe the coach is taking some pressure off here and just going for 2 and saying, I'm saving you for the big stuff later.
He's hanging out by the net. The NFL's passing leader through 11 weeks, Dak Prescott, brings out the Dallas Cowboys. And Charles, You had the pleasure of seeing them last week in Detroit. Dak Prescott, 444 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks.
Say that again. He's the NFL's what?
A leading passer. Who would have thought he's over 3,200 yards?
Yeah, maybe approaching a 5,000-yard pace if they continue to go at this rate. Unbelievable, because when you think of Dak Prescott and his development, you thought he'd be a guy that would put up nice numbers, but I don't know that we thought he'd be, what's the word, prolific? And that's exactly what he's been. He's putting together an MVP type of a season, and no one's really talked about it because the Cowboys haven't strung together an impressive number of wins just yet.
On second down, Elliott. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watched tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
The first down carry by Elliott doesn't amount to much, as he'll get forward for about a couple. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. On the move to his left. Prescott stripped. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. So the Cowboys will punt it on 4th down, as on is the veteran Chris Jones to kick it away. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett. This is taken at about the 14. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Philadelphia Eagles, they sit at 5-5. Their offense coming back out here, CD. As they start this next drive, you think about that 5-5 record after the loss against New England, which was a little bit of a Super Bowl 53 revenge game in Week 11. At this point, though, at 5-5, I don't think the playoffs seem very likely for them.
Well, they'll have to win the division, and I think it's down to them and Dallas, and they do play Week 16, and I don't think there's any room for a wild card spot out the NFC East. You either win the division, go...
And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Emmitt Smith with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as he'll go for 2. Out of the gun here, it's Cunningham. And the conversion good. He's got it. So the lead swells to 16-0. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team, because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
The Dallas Cowboys, here comes their offense again onto the field. And Charles, they've won 3 of their last 4. Again, you saw their most recent win at Detroit. What do you make of this team? It seems like you get a good sample, you get a bad sample, but they seem to be playing a little bit better. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Elliott. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on fourth down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
A first down carry for Smith, brushing off defenders, and he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Emmitt Smith, the ageless wonder, showing that he still has the strength, the body to fight those tacklers off.
Hard to get down. I liken him off into a crafty pitcher who has a lot of stuff, right? Throw the curveball, off speed, there comes the fastball, slider, changeup, always changing speeds, changing locations. He was that way when you tried to tackle it. One time you get the shoulder pads, the next time you'd miss entirely. You never knew what he was going to do.
Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
SOS. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 1.
The final shot before break. Cunningham. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Randall Cunningham as time expires in the first half. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
Well, my education continues in this game, I've got to tell you, because there's not an analyst in the world that would have said pass up the field goal here, go for it, and expect for it to be successful, and it was. I mean, they're playing this one just like a video game.